We are here to mark the end of Judaism. Thank you for inviting us to speak about our Abba, your rabbi, a graduate of Lakeview High School, Brown University, Hebrew Union College, and most prestigiously, the Anshe Emet Day School in Chicago. Hi, Liz Carter. The one and only Rabbi Daniel Goldman Zemel. Ordained in 1979, Rabbi Zemel arrived in Washington, D.C. in the summer of 1983, after a short stint in the Twin Cities, where he met our mom, to become the full-time rabbi of St. Augustine's Episcopal Church. Over the next 42 years, he transformed that church in Southwest DC, or at least its Jewish contingent, into a thriving, mid-sized Reformed Jewish community in the Highlands of Northwest, overlooking our formerly crosstown rivals, Washington Hebrew congregation, that cuffs to our socks. What makes a person a rabbi no less, so compelling, so wise, so reasonable, that a congregation would trust him to guide them through 7 presidential administrations, 1 MLB relocation, a building construction and subsequent expansion, and several minor parking lot accidents. We're not quite sure the answer, but it helps that he blows his own shofar. And that's not the only hot air delivery method at Rabbi Zemel's disposal. We debated about that line, but we thought it was a good transition. The man can also talk. Depending on who you ask, there is no better way to stimulate your mind or take a nap than to experience a classic Danny Zemel sermon. They come in astounding varieties. There is the High Holiday sermon, which is like watching our dad deliver his yearly book report to all of you, based on his summer reading. Quote. This ends with him pleading for you to bring extra underwear to services next week. There is the B'nai Mitzvah sermon, always framed as an open letter. Dear Molka, you asked me if God loves baseball. Dear Yitzi, you asked me how we might reconcile loving God, baseball or otherwise, with a world of suffering. Dear Dove, you asked me if the prophet Elijah would have liked to own a fidget spinner.
There is the Hanukkah family sermon when he reads Eric Kimmel's classic, The Hanukkah Guest. And who can forget that classic, the sermon genre, what we call, let's look at this handout for a while and just see what happens. These are the lucky Friday nights where we all get to benefit from the wisdom of Rabbi Zemel's teachers, Jacob Neusner and Larry Hoffman, along with dense, thorny paragraphs from all of our favorite scholars in the Rabbi Zemel canon. There is an 80% chance he will discuss the legacy of the Enlightenment, and a 0% chance we will make it to the bottom of that handout. The best part of these sermons is the moment where our dad encounters a sentence so profound that he reads it aloud a second time in a softer, slower voice, which makes it, of course, no less impenetrable. But we're not entirely fair. Our dad, Rabbi Zemel, is not a dense and imposing person to spend time with. How many rabbis hang an ALA Reed poster featuring Yoda on the wall next to their bookshelves? Probably just the one, and he's much more likely to show you the print of historic White Sox players hanging above his couch than his rabbinic diploma and his contribution to a Larry Hoffman edited volume of commentary about the Unitana Tokef with an essay about the Indiana high school basketball team Lee Hoosiers. He is quick to answer your emails and always down to break bread. And by bread, we mean a protein bar and a caffeine-free Diet Coke, or oatmeal or salmon from Silver, or even stranger, salmon from Cactus Cantina. He has a disarming joke for every awkward situation and a hoodie for every occasion. And if he inches even a fraction too far into abstraction, our mom, the great Louise, is always there to redirect him, sometimes mid-sermon, and remind him we only have packets who haven't read the book. But as proud as we all are to call Daniel Zemel our rabbi, he is far prouder of our eldest sibling, Temple Micah. So proud that he can only conceive of you in superlatives. You'd be glad to know, as the congregants of Temple Micah, that according to your rabbi, our community has the sharpest lawyers, the bravest journalists, the most dedicated civil servants, and the tinkiest thinkers. Yes, it is truly Bashir. Temple Micah and our Danny Zemel intersected at the perfect moment for this young rabbi and this nascent congregation to build each other to great heights. We cannot imagine that anyone in this town came home from their job so satisfied and charged up by their daily conversations and workload as our dad. We are all blessed to have shared these moments, even if you're still waiting for a chance to sip from one of those cool fountain finish cups at Omega. We'd like to conclude with this passage we encountered recently while reading the Times. To us, this captures the whole thing. The American synagogue works, proclaimed Dr. Rosenzweig in Burlingame, California. There's some satisfaction in that. I've been crying for 4 minutes. I haven't taken any pictures because I simply forgot about it. I'm absolutely awed. Dr. Rosenzweig stood up and started clapping. Encore, encore. And upon reflection, author, author.